for joining. Please, we can still engage. Let's invite people. Let's be a part of this webinar. The goal of this webinar is to empower us and to empower us to build resilience, particularly in seasons like this when the economy is up and down and sometimes business is a lot challenging. Recently I was at it was not just myself, it was myself and my other colleagues. We were at a farm sometimes this week, and we were hearing some of the things the farmers were saying, how it's, some of them had to stop farming because of insecurity, amongst other reasons. So, but even in the midst of that, people are still doing well. So that's the essence, that in the midst of that, so if you are big on building a personal brand, as in maybe as a researcher in the agricultural field, today is a good opportunity for you to learn. If you are also building a farming brand or building a farming business, whatever way or strata or niche that you belong to, there's definitely something for you today. Okay, your title, well, that's not my intention, right? So I'd like to invite our country coordinator in person of Dr. Jude COB, to take the welcome address, and then we'll just go straight in. Over to you, sir.
Okay. Thank you very much, Hepzibah, for the great work you are doing with this webinar. And gratefully, we started this webinar a little above 1 year ago, and it has grown. When we started it, it wasn't our plan, but as a guest tastier, we decided to do more, and it continues to get better. So thank you very much, Communication Officer of KSUA, Mrs. Hepzibah Ebe. Good morning, participants. Morning from Nigeria, and sorry from any part of the world you are tuning in. Call, accept my greeting. I'm happy that we are doing this last one for the year. We just insisted that we'll continue to do it because it is the passion we have for the job that make us continue to do this. This event is organized by KSUA Knowledge Center for Organic Agriculture in Africa, under the Association of Organic Agriculture Practitioners of Nigeria. Association of Organic Agriculture Practitioners of Nigeria is the umbrella organization for organic agriculture, agroecology in Nigeria. It is made up of members from diverse backgrounds. It covers all the stakeholders. It covers all the value chain. And our mission is to bring healthy livelihood, healthy feeding, healthy environment, safe environment to our people. And when you see our objective, you now know that the job, the work here is the responsibility of everybody. Everybody, most importantly, if we have this environment for ourselves, and if we destroy it, it will affect us, but most importantly, generations to come, because the previous generation preserved it for us. And because of, let me not use the word that is coming to my mind. We thought that if we use all the chemicals in the world, all the heavy equipment in the world, it will give us the sustainable food that we need, to give us this food security we need. We have seen that it has worsened our situation, especially for us that are in sub-Saharan Africa, where chemicals acidify our soils, make it less resilient, and renders it incapable to provide the food that we need. So organic agriculture have now come to the rescue. So this is what Association of Organic Agriculture Practitioners of Nigeria is targeting, and it has done it for so many years. Now, Knowledge Center for Organic Agriculture is a project funded by BMZ, implemented in Africa by GIZ, and in West Africa, 5 countries are involved in the implementation of this project in West Africa. They are the Gambia, Republic of Benin, Mali, Nigeria, and Senegal. And it is made up of hubs. So West African hub is situated in Senegal, and an NGO called Endapronet is the one in charge of things. And what does Knowledge Center for Organic Agriculture do? Now, the practice, we established already that we need organic agriculture for healthy living, for nutritious living, for healthy environment. But it is important to know that it is knowledge driven, and some of this knowledge are available, some are not available. But most importantly, those that are available are not easily reachable. So what Knowledge Center for Organic Agriculture is doing is to bring all this knowledge, process them in such a way that make them available. That's the first thing. But goes a further step to process it in such an easily usable form, especially for those that are not trained scientifically, those that didn't study agriculture. And for those that even go to school, we present them in local languages and present them in pictures for them to be able to, because knowledge becomes an issue in the practice of organic agriculture. But apart from that, we are developing marketing system and connectivity among the value chain actors. This is what the Association of Organic Agriculture is carrying out through GIZ. But the Association of Organic Agriculture is implementing 2 projects already. The first one is Ecological Organic Agriculture Initiative, and the second one is Knowledge Center for Organic Agriculture in Africa. More projects are coming in, something like Awula, and as we move on, we introduce those projects and bring it in such a way that people can participate and benefit from it. So today becomes a special day. I think that with this webinar, we'll be able to prepare our minds to plan for next year, because the festive mood calls for spending, but we must remember that after the spending, January will come. So we think that we should invite a special person that will give us the end of year mindset, and most importantly, preparation for new year, because we say that if you don't plan, it then means that you plan to fail. So this is an opportunity for us to start thinking, start planning, and start preparing ourselves for a better year. Because 2025, not just in Nigeria, all the countries of the world are experiencing difficulties, but the difficulties becomes less challenging for those that are properly planned for it. So we are presenting this opportunity with award-winning uh, public speaker. She has received training. She has prepared to do this in diverse ways. And this is an opportunity for us to benefit from her wisdom, from her knowledge, from her training, from her experience, so that as we enter the year 2025, we'll be prepared to grow our businesses, to grow our popularity, to grow our activities, and to achieve more and become more prosperous. Thank you very much and welcome.
Thank
Thank
you
you,
very
sir.
much for that welcome. Thank you very much for that welcome, sir. Okay, so just a little game because it's Christmas. Can you turn on your camera? Again, I always insist that if you turn on your camera, make sure that your environment is clean and is neat, you know. Can you look for something that has red? What's the closest thing around you that has red? Let me see us on camera. If you just even just show that thing, can you find something around you that is red? Who can find something around him or her himself that is red? Let's see it. Okay, that's an ant fan. What else can we see? Even our speaker has our glasses is red. The frame of our glasses is red. So okay, let me see who else has something red. Who else has something red? Let's try. It's the spirit of Christmas. What's this? From Zainab iPhone. What's that? I can see it's a pack. For me, it's these flags. I have these flags here. It's red. Who else has? And I have a red lipstick here. So who else has something red? Let's see.
Pampers.
Pampers, okay. Babies are flowing. Okay, for Mrs. Odeyemi, we can see picture with a red background. Where else has something red? Okay, Mrs. Aisha, that's a red book. Where else again? Let's see. Where else has something red that I can show? Adeyanju, that's a red clothes. Where else has something red? Mrs. Sahi, that's a red biro. Okay, who else has something red? Mr. Patrick, you're showing us a red chair. That's good. So everybody has something red. That's beautiful. Okay, let's see. Prof. Oluwalano, that's a red scarf. Yes, we are all in the mood for Christmas. So
Yes,
let's see again. Who has something green? Who can find something green? Because me, I'm looking for something green now. I went to call a color I don't have. Who has something green? See me looking for something green around. I can't find green. Oh, where are you? Who has gotten something green that we can see? Who has gotten something green? Who has something green? Okay,
background.
Mrs. Fumi Odeyemi, that's a green book. Are you in Ondo States? Who else has something green?
Behind you, there is the coconut tree that is green.
Okay, God bless you. I didn't even see. So green is here. Okay, Mrs. Adeyanju, you can see a green clothes behind you. Let's see else. Okay, Mr. Enna Kennedy, you're showing us the green plant. Oh, you see, that's how we know we are practitioners. Professor Lualano, that's a green throw pillow. Let's see who else has something green. Mr. Said, I can't see the green though. Okay, Mr. Patrick, that's a in fact you are doing double green because you're wearing a green shirt and there's a green scarf or muffler in your hand. Who else has something green? Let's see. Okay, what other color? Who else has something white? Let's look for something white. It's Christmas, so we are permitted to play a little before we hear the bass of building our businesses. Okay, so let's see white. White. My background here is white. So I've that's a win for me. Who else has something white? I have a white paper here. Who else has something white? Okay, Mr. Joshua, I can see white, a white book. Beautiful. Who else has something white again? Let me see. I'm looking though. Mr. Patrick, in fact, if we are giving award today, it's Mr. Patrick that has all the color. And then Professor Oluwalano. Mr. Odola, yes, I see you, sir. You have a white paper here. Let me see who
I
else
have
has
a
something.
green cap, a
You
red
have a
dress,
green cap.
and a white cap background.
Okay.
Look
Another
at
another award goes to Mrs. Bridget. Yes,
Our
Professor
logo
Oluwalano
has
too.
a white background. Our
Ye-
logo.
Yes. In fact, you're all beautiful. Mrs. Zainab, don't show me the white. You have taken me, you have blew me away. All
I have a
right.
white wall here.
White
And
wall,
I have
beautiful. Who
it.
else
Yeah.
again?
I have it white in white.
Okay, white
White
outfits.
tray.
We have all gotten it. We have all gotten it. So it's just the Christmas season. Thank you for participating in that short game slash icebreaker. Just wanted to make everywhere a bit more lively before we go in. All right, so please wait to the end of the call because we are going to dance. Those that were in our International Women's Day celebration knew how we brought some party down there. Because some of us this year we've not been to any party at all. I was telling a friend that I've not been to one single party this year, and it's work. So Oga has infested all of us with work that we don't even have time for parties. So I've not been to one party this year. So it's good to have a virtual connect like this. We're all excited about that. So I'll invite Mr. Fidelis on briefly. After Mr. Fidelis, it will be our speaker. So please again invite people. invite people, let people join on the call. There's so much to learn. Our speaker has over 30 years of experience running a business in Nigeria. I think I was listening to something, and the person said if you are able to run a business for 20 years in Nigeria, then in fact you already have a PhD, so to say. So how much more someone who has over 30 years of experience across different decades and different economic basketballs, like we always say. Okay, so I'd invite our project manager, Mr. Fidelis, to take us on a 5 minute talk on what we call our multiplier platform. Please listen in again, share the link with other people. The more the merrier. The more all of us have knowledge and we have results, the better for all of us. So, Mr. Fidelis, over to you.
Thank you, ma. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, especially our communication manager for the you're doing. I'm just given the opportunity to, within this short time, explain to us or bring to our notice again, because I know most of us are already aware of it, our database or what we have as our multipliers network. Yeah, the KCOA multipliers network is hosted with the domain name KCOA slash, not slash, sorry, dash africa.org. KCOA dash africa.org. Well, with that, you can link up to our multipliers network, because basically the network or the platform comprises of our database and linkages with other multipliers in the continent. Currently, we have over 200 practitioners or experts or multipliers, however I may refer to them, that are in that network who can interact with. The platform is actually free. You can access it at any time, just for us to register and log in so that we can have also access to our database, because the platform has a database. Some of us already know during our workshops, we have always emphasized that we have a database, or we are coming up with a database where all the knowledge we have been collecting and compiling will be published. So now it's ready and it's available to us for our own use. As is being seen there, we have other contents in that platform, events, testimonials, and all of that. It's very important we are involved in this. You know, the project has one core objective, which is to bring knowledge in organic agriculture and agroecology to every organic farmer, every organic practitioner. Now, in our database, currently we have over 1,000 knowledge products therein. And it's important to know that it's not just Nigeria, it's across the continent, it's all of Africa. And these knowledge products are in different formats. They are expressed in different formats. We have them as fact sheets. Some of them are in form of technical notes, and some of them are scientific articles. Basically, our knowledge are in two formats, which are scientific knowledge and endogenous knowledge. So we already know what our knowledge are about. Some of them are knowledge that meets specific needs, such as pest control, soil fertility improvement, and all of that. In fact, it goes across all the aspects of organic agriculture. It has even in parts, aspects such as marketing, finance, and all of that. You get knowledge products that's useful to you in those areas. Good enough, today we are talking about the business aspect of organic agriculture and all of that. So I want to encourage us to try to hit platform, try to register and access all the, products that are contained therein. Well, we have them in different languages too. I should mention that, because English, French, even our Nigerian local languages, there are some materials that have been translated to local languages across Africa. Right? It's an opportunity for us to really participate in the aspect of the project is to our own benefit. Thank you very much as we try to do that. Yeah. Thank you, Communication Manager.
Very much, Mr. Can you hear me? Please confirm that you can hear me. All right, all right. Thank you very much for that. So we'll just go into our session straight away. Right away, I would be inviting our speaker, but just before then, I would read our profile. I'd like us to know that again, a number of times, not number of times, principles are principles, and it doesn't necessarily matter who is applying them because they are principles. They will always stay in whatever way or form you use them. They are principles and they work across all structures. So I would share my screen so that while I read our profile, we can also follow in. I'd also like to say that the profile is way longer than this, but we had to just shorten it. So please indulge, please permit me. All right. So I'm sharing out my screen now. Dr. Tinu Smith is a multi-award-winning fashion entrepreneur and business coach with over 30 years of experience serving clients in Nigeria and the diaspora through the Athena Design Fashion House. An alumni of Cornell University, where she studied women entrepreneurship under the Bank of America's sponsored program, and a Goldman Sachs scholar from Pan African University, Lagos Business School. She also holds an MBA and advanced certification in entrepreneurial and business management. Dr. Tinu has won several business grants and has coached others to achieve the same, mentoring over 10,000 women through vocational training programs, women-focused cooperatives, and initiatives like She Grows Africa, the Tech Alliance Africa, which promotes financial and digital inclusion. As a fellow of the Chartered Institute of Corporate Mentoring and Coaching Nigeria, she inspires startups through the Core Business Coaching Academy and leads impactful programs such as the Southwest Africa Summit. An inspirational speaker and mentor with organizations like Winbees, the Tony Elumelu Foundation. She also serves as a Girls and Women's Speak Ambassador with the UN. She's married to engineer Olubunmi Smith and a proud mother of two. Dr. Tinu Smith brings a wealth of experience and insight to inspire us on building thriving businesses even in uncertain times. Join me as we welcome Dr. Tinu Smith. So the next voice you'll be hearing will be that of Dr. Tinu Smith. Over to you, ma'am.
Good morning. Good morning. Can you hear me clearly? Am I audible?
Yes,
Yeah.
you are.
Yeah,
But I'm
hearing you.
trying to find you on video.
Oh, okay. Okay. While you do that, let me just go on. Thank you so much this morning for having me on this program. I'm really, really excited. Whether it's with my the people in my profession or out of profession, like Epsibat said, um, business principle is business principle. Business principle is business principle, and it cuts across all industries. So whatever it is we're going to be talking about today is going to definitely be a blessing to everyone listening. And I believe that after this training, you would be able to make a decision on what you want to do with your business in 2025. Like she said, I've been able to run my business for over 30 years, and I'm going to be sharing practical experiences of what I have been able to go through. I've been able to effectively build a business that have withstand a lot of pressure, and I failed along the way, but I also learned from my failure, and I've been able to use this as a stepping stone to the next level. So this morning, I want to thank the organizers of this event. Thank you for giving me this spotlight. And I pray that I do this, it will bring change to the life of everyone listening. So this morning, I want to start with sharing a little story with you because the title of this program talks about, being able to withstand and thrive in stormy business environment. If anybody would have that experience, it would be me, because I believe that we all were there when COVID happened to all of us. And I would like you to know that for me, for the number of years I've done business, COVID period was the time I made the highest amount I ever made in my business. I mean, it's amazing that a lot of businesses were shutting down, but I found out that that was when I thrived the most. And how did this happen? Now, as a fashion designer, because I'm a fashion entrepreneur, but along the way, I developed the app for the passion to help those who are starting their businesses or businesses on the growth path and I want to evolve and grow. So that passion led me to the part of um, taking trainings and learning to develop myself in different areas, which has also, now opened me to the field of coaching other businesses. Because if you're doing something for 30 years and you've seen, you failed, you've won, this year alone, I won a $10,000 grant. So, and I've won grants every year of my business. So I've won 10 million grants from federal government of Nigeria before. So it's been a journey for me of when I did not know what to do with my business and when I now discovered how to run the business properly and I was able to thrive and grow. So during COVID, everybody was shutting down. And I also initially felt, oh, nobody was buying Ashwebi, nobody was doing patronizing, everybody was at home, everybody was afraid to go to the market. You know how it was for all of us. So I also did that initially. But then I looked at my business and said, okay, I have staffs that are looking up to me for salary. I'm not ready to shut down. I don't want it to. So what am I going to do with my business? So I said, okay. I went back to my business plan. And by looking at it, I saw that there are aspects of my business plan that have captured things that I wanted to do in the future. And that when the business has grown, where I want to take the business. So one of those areas was, production of medical wares. And because I do a lot of ready to wear, casual ready to wear and all that for me. But I've seen myself, I do school uniforms too. So I'm a little bit in the space of uniforms and lab coats and all that. So once COVID started, I know I had to, pivot. I had to pivot immediately. I saw that, okay, nobody was going to parties. It wasn't happening there. So what is the demand that people are asking for now? It was, this PPE that people, the doctors were wearing then to, shield themselves from being infected by the COVID and disease and all that. So I decided to go into that area to manufacture. I've never done something like that before, but I pivoted and I said, okay, I would do nurses uniform, doctors scrubs, and I would do PPs and all that. I'm telling you, it was like it was waiting for me. Immediately I've not done it before, so I just started to go about getting out to do it and all that, and I put it online. Oh my goodness, the demand was crazy. China too was struggling with COVID. They couldn't even export out and things were very slow. So if people were able to get the PPE done locally, whoever was doing it, we were cashing out. So people were calling me. Immediately I put it online. Madam, can you do 100,000 pieces? Can you do 200? I've never produced in that, quantity before. So it was crazy. I had to go and get like 100 machines. I had to put online. I need 100 tailors. It was, the growth was crazy. I've never done something like that before. And when I finished, then a project came for Mastercard Card Foundation. They wanted to do scrubs for all the hospitals in 36 states in Nigeria. They needed tailors that would make them. They zoned it, and I fell under the Southwest zone, and I was the one that I had to get other tailors because it was something I couldn't even do alone. I had to get people to come in on the project. I've never seen something like that before. It was just crazy. So I pivoted, and I still have that line now that I do, apart from my normal line that I was doing before. So what I'm saying is that we would all go through, challenges in our businesses, but you cannot be stuck. And that is why business plan is also good. You must have a plan. They always tell us that if you don't have a plan, then you are planned to fail. There's nothing like standing in the middle. So if you are planning, then you are planning to succeed, or you are planning to fail. So if you don't have any plan, then you are planning to fail. Those times I knew people that shut down, even my colleagues that could not continue with the business. Up to now, they could not even, be able to come out of that season that they went down. But now I had stories to tell because I took the courage to pivot into something else, and it took me another path, which brought a lot of, blessings for my business. So this morning, I'm going to start with this. All our business environments in Nigeria, we've gone through a lot and we see a lot of things happening. I'm telling you, this year, people will say our business is bad. I don't know. It's not bad because I've learned along the years to know that when things are tough, you have to think outside the box. What can I do? What can I do differently how can I handle this season differently? Because we will not go through it. There's no way. There might be good season, there'll be bad seasons, but in those bad seasons, it might not be so bad if you are already prepared for it. So that's what I'm saying. So yeah, the landscape of business is always changing, and industry trends are always evolving. We have macroeconomic forces to contend with that we do not have control over, like dollar is rising, and we have to, government policies that comes out all the time that affect businesses, exportation and all that. We have a lot of things to contend with as business owners, and then we have technological trend that is changing at the speed of light. So anybody that is not, cashing in on technology is also going to be left behind the curve, because you are not going to be able to meet up and compete in the industry. So those are things that we are competing with on daily basis. So you have all this to contend with, and you cannot afford to be static. So you must constantly think outside the box. How can I do what I do better? If things are changing around you and you remain static, you will become obsolete eventually. So changing forward is the way to go. So you have to constantly, that's why I shared that story. Anything, when you face things that are tough, the first question is, how can I get out of it? What can I do differently? What can I do better? Who can I talk to? Which mentor can help me? You have to, be able to rise above the problems, that we face, because there's nothing we can do about what is going on in Nigeria right now, or even it's really a global thing. It's not a Nigeria thing. I hope we know that. It's a global thing. The recession is global everywhere. So, but people are still thriving because the problems also create the opportunity. So in the problem is the opportunity. That COVID story that I shared with you shows you that in the problem was my own opportunity. So, and that is how we should live our life on daily basis. What is the market saying now? What is the agricultural industry saying now? And for you, I want you to know that one of the biggest industry that is cashing right now, it is agric. They are the ones, even the grants, all the grants that are coming out. I know a lot of people that have gotten grants from agriculture this year, because is the in thing. They are talking about food. They're talking about how we can preserve our environment. So once you do all that, money will come towards you, because they want to see you improve the environment. You want to see you, make sure that there's enough food going around for people. So there's no reason why you should be in agric and not be able to thrive. You must be able to thrive. All the problems you are facing is where the opportunities are. So let's go. Number one, the thing you have to do right now to make sure that you're able to withstand this stormy business environment, the first thing is self-development. I always tell people that you cannot give what you don't have, and you cannot build anything bigger than the business, bigger than who you are. If you are not developing yourself as a person, the business is going to be at the level of your knowledge. There's no magic anywhere. Everything is about process. Business is about process. So if you want to grow your business, then you have to grow first, because as your mind expands, your business also expands. Whatever you learn, you apply to the business. When you are not learning anything, because I see a lot of us, I'm 55, and I know a lot of people that once get to that stage, is like, we just don't want to do anything again. We just become lazy. We don't want to read. We don't want to. But if you stop at that level, that means your business too will be very small. You cannot grow anything bigger than your mind. So it's a gift you have to give to yourself. Your business cannot grow beyond your personal growth. Seeking knowledge broadens your mind and view, changes your mindset and life, broadens the way you see life. That's just it. You'll be able to see opportunities in difficult times. You'll be able to, know what to apply. There are times when I started my business, I remember that 10 years of the business, I was just struggling. I was going around in circles and circles, and I had to ask myself a question: what is going on here? Money was coming in. I could not capture money. I don't know how much I made. I couldn't, a lot of things I wanted to do, I couldn't do it. So I know, okay, what is this thing I have to give to myself? So I applied to myself knowledge. That was when I applied to Lagos Business School, that I have to learn how to manage this business very well, so that I will know how to capture all the blessings that are coming my way, all the opportunities that are coming. So immediately I did that, I found out that the business took a life of itself and began to grow, because you see, everything you do to your business or to your mind will come back to the growth of the business. So you have to prioritize self-development. Knowledge, I like your weak points and blind spots. Knowledge is power, and you can only apply what you know. We always say knowledge is power, knowledge is power. It is actually power, but it doesn't become power until you actually apply it to your business. So if you don't know what to do, if you are stuck, there's a problem with the business and you don't know what to do, then you are stuck. The business cannot go anywhere, and you'll be complaining there's no money. But when you are doing the right things, money follows the idea that you are bringing on board. Money follows your ability to be able to manage your business better. But even if you have resources coming your way, I know people that have gotten grants or maybe even 50 million to even start something, but they won't find the money again because they don't know how to retain the resources they've been given. They don't know how to apply it to the business. And if they give you 100 million, when there's no knowledge, you will waste it. I'm telling you, because I've been there before. So knowledge helps you to be able to grow your business beyond who you are. So if there's any gift you're going to give yourself in 2025 as an agri person, first thing is to make sure that you invest in yourself. Go and search out trainings in the area of agriculture. They do I know a lot of organizations that do training just to help people. If you are in the crop aspect, you are in the animal whatever aspect, I'm not so good with agriculture, but I know that if I know a lady that was planting cotton, because for us fashion designers, we buy what is in the market, but she went beyond that. She went beyond that and decided that she was going to plant cottons for fashion designers. And I'm telling you, the US consulate came to her farm to come and see what she was doing there. They put her online, pushed her out there. If you mention her name, everybody knows her now because she went to the root and say, okay, I don't just want to be a fashion person. I want to plant cotton, and then we'll produce it, and then we'll bring it to the market for people. And they completed the whole value chain, and they planted it. They made sure that it was processed, and then it was making to t-shirts that we buy now in Nigeria. So see if somebody can do that, then that means there are people, coming up with ideas that are changing the agri space, changing every industry they are in, and they are the ones that will be leading the market. As long as you have the knowledge and you're applying it, you are going to be ahead of the curve. People will be looking up to you. But if you are just waiting for somebody to start something, then you also will follow. Then you will just be following the leaders of the market. They are the ones that will be making the money, and they will be following them. So I want you to give yourself this gift this year. How many trainings am I going to do in my field that will improve me? Like this type of webinar, how many am I going to attend this year that will improve me? The more you improve, as I'm talking now, when you leave this training, I'm telling you, if you jot down things and you make up your mind that these things I'm going to do it in 2025, I'm telling you, by the end of 2025, you will see the results that you're going to have from it. So personal development is non-negotiable. That's what I'm trying to say this morning. You have to give it your best shot if you want to take your business to the next level. Then the next thing I want to talk about is business structure. Most of the time we run our businesses, but there are no structures. We don't have clear structures. People that are even working with us, at times they don't even know what we want to do. They don't understand the vision. They don't understand the mission. They don't, we don't take them to trainings that this is the vision or this I'm trying to do, so that they can also cash into what you're trying to do and support you 100%, because they know where the journey is taking you. But most times we employ people they don't have any direction of what the business wants to do, where do you want to achieve, where you want to see yourself in the next 5 years. You don't understand it. So they will just be doing everything they can do just the way they know how to do it. But it rests on us to be able to make sure that we structure every part of our business. No business thrives without structure. Structure is the life of every business. Structure your finances, money that goes into the business, that comes out of the business. I always tell people that if you do not tell your money where it will go, your money will tell you where it will go. So you have to be disciplined to tell your money where you want it to go. Your expenditure, your money, your income and expenditure must be properly captured. At times when you ask people, now we are feeling this year now, 2025, for those of us that have business, if they ask us how much is our turnover, if you cannot answer that question, then it's your hobby, you're just doing hobby. There's nothing fantastic about what you're doing. So if they ask you how much is your turnover in 2024, you should be able to say, this is how much I have made in 2024. These are how much I pay for taxes. These are salary. Everything has to be properly, captured. Documentation is part of structure. You must put everything in proper perspective. I'm telling you, most times when I've gotten grants, they will ask you, show us your turnover, show us your records, download your bank statement and send it. Let us see whether you are actually bringing money in, taking money out, saving, buying equipment, doing that. Is the business alive? Is it thriving? They want to see before they put down money. Some of the ones I've gotten, they are not loan, they are, grants. They are grants given because they studied the whole business and see that, you have a proper procedure in your business. When there's proper procedure, it is easy for other people to support you when they see that you have money. Because I know there are a lot of agri money out there That's why I'm saying this. I know people that have gotten, and I know there are a lot of agri money out there that you can access as grants because you are running your business well. They get that, they see the staff, your management staff, you have an organogram. You have a management staff that everybody knows their role. The person that is in the farm knows the farm manager knows his role, knows the expectations. I mean, and there's a record for everything. So everything is documented, and when they say, yeah, bring this, upload that, everything is intact and you're able to upload it. There's no lobbying, because most times you always think in Nigeria, we have to lobby before you get money or loan, but when you are doing the right things, you find out that these things, you attract them because you have the right procedure. So, and I know a lot of us are weak in that area. We run businesses, but we don't actually have perfect documentation. I was there before. So learn how to, structure your financial record, track your expenses, and how you disburse funds. Have daily what do you call it, petty cash that you give to people to spend. Money should not just be going out of the account anyhow, and there's no proper capturing of how it is spent. If you do that, you cannot go far at all, because the business will not be able to grow. So it's very, very important. Know your numbers. Like I said, they say, how much did you make this year? This year has ended. You must be able to answer that question clearly. This is how much we made. This is how much you spent on salaries, on equipment, on maybe raw materials, on transportation. Everything must be well documented and clear. You must know your numbers. How do you respond and attend to your customer service? Because some of us, that's part of structure. How do you capture new customers and also retain them? Those are areas we need to capture on that structure, because people lose customers. You are not the only one doing what you are doing. We are not the only one. Other people are also doing it, and they're also looking for customers. If you go to all the social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, everybody is advertising. So why would I choose to come to your farm? Why would I used to buy your packaged product? There must be something you are doing to your customer, and that is the value you are bringing to the table. It's very, very important to understand that, because other people are also doing it. So why would a customer stay with you and not go somewhere else? It's the way we treat them, the incentives we give. All these things are important. So, and it also accumulates to how your business will also eventually. I don't know to correct.
Is there a problem?
Yeah. Sorry. It's a technical.
Okay, because we can still see you and hear you.
Yes, a call came in. Sorry. Sorry about that. Yeah, so then let's move on. So register your business and run corporate accounts. A lot of us do businesses that we don't register them. We don't have registration for them. We just, we have passion for businesses and we just start. I love agriculture. I just start. And over the years, there's no proper registration. You don't have your business registered with Corporate Affairs Commission in Nigeria. They don't even know the business exists. Or if we even register, some of us even register. At the end of the day, we don't file our returns. We are still owing CAC. All those are part of structure that we need to do. Make sure you are registered properly, not only with CAC. I know there are agricultural associations we need to register with. In my field, we have different associations. I know that under agriculture, I know there's FDA, I know there's NAFDAC that you have to register with, so that they know that you are an authentic agri person. So all these ones are very, very important. And we need to make sure that we focus on them in 2025 so that we can thrive and do better. Okay? And then, like I said, pay your taxes and file your returns, because most of the times you don't do all these things and they are part of structure. They are part of our corporate governance. We have to be good at them for the business to thrive. If you are asking, a lot of small businesses in Nigeria remain small because of what I'm talking about this morning. We don't take it as serious. They are important. I remember when because I export also. So I remember when Nigerian Export Promotional Council, which I know are also interested in agriculture, wanted to, give out grants for us and all that. And they were asking us to upload a lot of things. I didn't know anybody there. They were going to give grants. They said, upload this, upload that, your taxes, the filing to CAC, your NEPC certification, your this. But once you have it, you don't have to be scrambling. I had friends that wanted to access this grant, but they didn't have all these certifications, so they were rushing to quickly do it. But it didn't meet up with it. It didn't meet up with it. So you have to prepare for opportunities. And part of it is making sure your business is well structured. So pay your taxes, file your returns, register your business, and run a corporate account. Let us not mix the two together. Let's make sure that your business has your personal account where you pay yourself and you put your money in. And the other one is for the business which you run. And when you are taking money from there, you tag what you are doing so that you know that if you take 50,000 from the account, this is what we use it for. We should not be, overlapping it. One, taking money anyhow from the business, and then we don't have good records. We can't go far when we do that. It takes a while for us to get to where we want to go. So those are very, very important things we must look out for next year as we grow our business. Then the next thing I want to talk about is have a growth strategy. Where do you want to take your business to? Because it's not enough to just run a business. In the next 1 year, where do I want to go? 2 years, what do I want my business to look like? You have to have clarity about that. How do you intend to grow your business, and how do you intend to increase your market share? What is your business plan? Like I said, if you don't have a plan, then you are planned to fail. It is just like that. So business plan is very important. You don't need to write it yourself, the whole thing. I mean the whole thing. But the word part, you have to put your vision. Your mission is yours. So you have to sit down, write your vision and mission yourself, because you're the one that know what you're seeing about the business. You're the one know what you want to do about the business. But if it comes to you, the part that maybe you're not a good accountant, you don't know numbers, we have people that do business plan that can assist you, that can help you with your numbers, make sure that your projection is, making sense and all that. Get people to help, but make sure that your business, your farm, your agri business has a plan. 3 years business plan that you are going to say, okay, the first year is what we're going to do, second year, third year. If anybody wants to fund the business, that's what you're going to send to them. You say, yeah, send me your pitch deck or your business plan. You send it and they say, oh, this is worth an idea that is worth funding. Then you get the money. But instead of struggling on your own, we get to spend other people's money to push the business forward. So lack of strategy for growth is one of the reasons businesses crash. They crash because when you don't have, you don't know where you want to go in the next 1 year, in the next 12 months. Now we are starting January in the next few weeks. Some people don't have plan yet for 2025, and you want to do business. It's not going to work. And some people, so you are competing. The industry you're in is very competitive. Some people already have a plan for the 12 months in 2025. So they know as they are eating January like this, they know where they're starting from. But some people don't have any. They are still cruising they are still in the holiday mood, the Christmas mood. They are cruising. They are going to cruise the whole of December and then enter into January and start scratching their head and thinking, oh, no, we don't run businesses that way. So your business plan is not just written for fun. It should be your manual for strategizing your growth plan. Anybody that cannot plan for growth cannot go anywhere. Growth is a strategy and you must plan. Last year, this is what I did. This year, this is where I want to go. That is it. It is your manual for direction. So do you have clarity about your vision and mission? So some people don't even have vision and mission, and they are running businesses. I wonder how. Because when you have, go and check online. Do it when you finish. Go online. Check all the big companies that we have, big organizations we have globally and even locally. They all have visions and mission. So if they as big as they are have visions and missions they are following, so how come that we as small businesses will not have? If we want to be like them, this big organization, then we also must have. What's your value proposition? What value are you bringing to the table to your customers? Those are questions you have to answer so that you know that, okay, this is what is your unique selling point? For instance, if I ask you as a farmer or as a agri person that's running an agri business, what is your unique selling point? Because that answer is what makes you better, be able to compete with your competitor. What makes you different from the other person that is also doing the same farm that you are doing, that's also packaging the same product that are packaging? What is that unique selling point? So everybody must have one, even though we are doing the same thing, there must be something special about what you are doing that will help you to stand out. How do we intend to create new strategies to meet new market demands? Because the market we are in is evolving on a daily basis. Even now that technology is changing the face of everything. So if technology, AI, the AI that is changing everything, it's changing the face of fashion, it's changing of agriculture, every industry, is social media platforms is affected. So if it is, how can we become static and still be doing the old things we are doing, and we are trying to solve the problems that is emerging we have emerging markets. So, and if you don't have new ideas, new skills to, be able to engage the new demands in the market, then how do you want to compete? It's not possible. After a while, you just be left out of the race, and some people will be moving at the speed of light because they are applying something different to their lives, and they are learning something new about how to take agriculture from the manual level to apply technology to what they are doing. I see farms online. There's a woman somewhere in the north that they showed us her farm, and she's using a lot of technology to run. In fact, when you use technology, you reduce human power, the money you pay and all that. If you're all your internal processes, when you're able to put technology into it, you find out that it reduces how much you spend on your overhead. That's what technology does for you. So how do you intend to create value to capture value? That's the question you must answer. How do you intend to bring the value? And because if you don't bring value, you cannot capture value. It's when you bring value to the table that you capture value. So all these things work together. How do you intend to create new strategy to meet new market demands? What are your short-term and long-term goals? You must have one. Like I said, this year has finished already. So by now, a good business owner must have business plan for 2025 and strategies for growth for 2025, where you want to go, and your short-term goals. You must have monthly goals, you must have quarterly goals, 6-month goals, 12 months goals, and you must have daily goals that you set, weekly goals that this week, this is what you're achieving, so that all your staff will know that this is the goal for this week that we are all achieving, and we must hit, you must hit the mark. So when we do that, we help our staffs to also be able to work with us. Okay. So a business without a strategic plan is like a car going to a known destination. You're just going. A business without strategic plans, you're just driving. If they ask you that, where are you going? I say, I'm just driving. Is it possible? What makes it interesting is I'm going to Lagos, and you're clear about it. And when I get to Lagos, I'm going to Ikeja. And in Ikeja, I'm going to Opebi. That makes sense because you are making sense to whoever is listening to you. But say, where are you going? I say, I'm just driving. Then you are not going anywhere. Having your growth strategy takes you beyond the red ocean. There's a book they call Blue Ocean. I don't know how many of us have read it before. Please go and look for it and read it, because that is how to be different in the market that you are in. Everybody is in the red ocean. You see people all struggling to take the same market share. We are all, circling the same mountain. You want to take market share. But some people move away from that red ocean. They create their blue ocean. They create new ideas. They start new things. They break new ground. Like the lady I told you started planting cotton. She tried to go in another direction, and it gave her a global recognition. So because cotton is what is needed globally, it's not just locally. And so you have to look beyond, it's a wider space full of possibilities. And when I was doing my own research, I wrote here, Texas, Florida, I made research globally because I'm exporting, so I have to look at, okay, where do I want to take my clothing? How many people lives in Texas? Where are the Nigerians? Are they the Nigerians in the diaspora I want to target for my export? Okay, so where do they live? How can I get them? How can they reach them? That's what strategy is all about. What business route am I going to use? All these answers, you must get them if you are going to be able to strategize for growth in 2025. Very, very important. So I want us to take note of all this. So let's move on. So goal setting and business plan is another area we need to look at. I've said a little bit about it. Goal setting and business plan is important to the success of every business. Without setting goals, we won't have a clear direction for our business, and we won't be able to manage our resources effectively. You will get resources to come, but you'll find out that it's not that money is not entering, but you are not managing it properly. So I remember I used to have problems with numbers. I love money, I can count, but when it comes to managing my money, I had issues. So every year I made up my mind, my goal was to register for a financial training program for every year. I go for trainings, for webinars, for physical trainings, online trainings on how to manage finances. And I'm telling you, I'm a guru now. So I also now teach other people. I focus majorly on women, teach them how to manage their finances. And I also run a women's cooperative presently. I do thrift. I do, just to help them raise money, put money together. But we have testimonies of people that couldn't even manage, people that were saving 20K before that can now save 500,000 monthly, some 1 million monthly, because I've learned the art of savings, of art of raising money, of art of putting money together, of art of managing my income and expenditure and all that. So, and go back to the first thing I told you, self-development is about developing myself. So look at all your gray areas. Everybody has one. What are the areas you're struggling with that you're not so good at? 2025, go and decide that in this area that I'm struggling, I'm going to learn how to do it. And once you learn, you apply to the business, you see a lot of changes. Okay, so let's move on. So setting goals, your goals must be smart. It helps us to put all things in proper perspective. Your goal setting must be, they call it SMART. I'm sure we've had it before. Specific, you must, like I said, I'm going to Lagos. When I get to Lagos, I'm going to Ikeja. When I get to Ikeja, and I'm going to Okwebi. Then Okwebi, what's the number of the house you're going? It must be that detailed. We must be specific about what you want to achieve. When you say a goal is not a goal, when it's just, in your head, it's not written down, it is not yet a goal, because anything in your head can, disappear. But when you write down, you take your time to write it down. These are the things I want to do. Type out everything, whether it's your computer or your phone, or you even use Bio, whatever. Just make sure it's recorded. Let's be specific. Then let's be measurable. Put a month. When am I going to achieve this goal? In 3 months, 6 months, are we going to do it? I set myself that I want to open a new store for my business in Lagos. And I said, that was part of my goal for 2024. It just happened like last week because I set the goal and I was looking forward, and immediately I get enough money, this is where we're going with it. So it came and I was able to cash out on the opportunity. So it must be measurable. When are we going to do it? How do we measure the success of it? All this must be stated. How do we know we are succeeding? What are the measures that we're going to use to know that this is working? Because most of the time we just cut things and there's nothing to measure it, whether it is thriving, whether it's growing. What are the measures you're going to put in place to make sure it's going? Action-oriented, you must be able to put action into what you want to do. What are the things you're going to do? Name them. Be specific about them. Be realistic. Don't say you're going to achieve something that should take 12 months in 1 month. Be realistic. Look at the resources on ground. On the basis of the resources, look at your human resources, look at your financial resources, look at, all the raw materials I have. Would I be able to do this? Give yourself enough slack. Okay, this will take 6 months to do. Don't say it will take 3 months, and it will take 6 months. It's only ends in frustration. So be realistic. Let it be timed, like I said. How many months? When do we expect this result to come out and all that? Then evaluate what you are doing and review what you are doing. All these things are important because when we don't do it, we find out at the end of the day, you just find out that we are still at the same place. Most time businesses are always like that. You will not, once you don't do all these nitty-gritty things, little things, they look little, but it's very little, but they are the ones that actually are the big deal. When we don't do them and we are just running, aimlessly, the whole year will run out, and then we find out that we are still in the same place. We are still complaining about the same things. That should not happen to us when we are doing the right things, okay? So we often say, if you don't plan, then you are planned to fail. Your business plan shows the direction the business intends to go. It captures the vision, the mission statements of the business. So very, very important. So let's just move on because I've said a lot in that area already. So I want to move on to number 5, which is observation. People don't take it as very serious. Observation is a business skill, is the action of closely monitoring something. So in your industry, what is trending now? What is trending? We know environmental issues are trending under agriculture. Food, security is trending under agriculture. As somebody operating in that industry, you must know what is trending. You must be observant, and don't say, oh, let them be doing it. What is technology changing in your industry? And then let them be doing it. If you say that, you will be left behind the curve. You have to know what is happening. What are the new things technology is bringing into your industry now? That is, people are using to grow their businesses and moving forward. So it's an action of closely monitoring something. Most times, entrepreneurs are focused on running their businesses on daily basis and forget to observe what is happening in the industry, because you have to know the trends so that you can also move your business towards the trends. Because if people are demanding something and you are not doing what they are demanding, then how do you want to sell? You are still doing the old school something the way you are doing it. Nobody's going to buy anything. So you have what is trending. So I'm asking you this morning, in agriculture, in the field of agri, what is trending? What is technology bringing into the field that is changing the face of agriculture in globally and your country in Nigeria? What is it? What are people doing differently? You have to play in that field, or else you'll be left behind. It's only through observation we make informed decisions. We know what works and what does not. We know things to drop, they want to pick. We cannot manage what we cannot measure. I always tell people, when you can't, if for instance you want to say, this food, I'm going to eat it for 1 week. How do you want to intend to do that? That means you have to say, okay, How many bread do I have? How many days do I want to use to eat it? Those are questions that people don't like thinking, and thinking in business is a big deal. You have to sit down and think, okay, so these are the resources I have. How many days would it take me to do this and that? You have to do all that, because if you cannot measure it, you cannot manage it. It is what you can measure that you can manage. So all these things I'm talking about is about putting things in place, measuring things, making sure that you have feedbacks, for everything you are doing. So when you do all that, you find out that you will get results, and that results will lead to the growth of the business. But when you cannot measure things, you don't know how well you are doing in something, or this one is not working, this particular product is not working, let us drop it. And some people will hold on to the product that is not working, and they will still be pumping money into it, where it is also going, it's like putting water in basket, it's also going out. So, but when you're able to measure it, you'll be able to say that, okay, this thing is not actually working. What can we do? Let's drop this one. I've done it several times. Please, let's close this one down. Let's open this one. Let's start this one. And it changes the face of the business. It gives us a new drive moving forward. So observe your competitor to locate the gaps and available to fill, because everybody cannot be doing the same thing. If you are just copying people doing the same thing, you find out that you are not going to be different in the market. So what makes you different is look at the competitor, this direction they are going, but they can't do everything. There are gaps here and there. Okay, these gaps, this one I'm going to take it. Very important. Study personal data and industry data. In your industry, these things are technical, but you have to be able to do it. That's why I'm saying, number one, self-development. All these things might look big. Do I have time to be sitting down and doing data? They are simple. They're simple. You can just go online and Google, and just press your Google and say, in the Agric, any question, ask. You have AI on your phone. If you don't have it, get somebody to help you to download it. Download AI. Any question you like, ask AI. The AI will answer you. In fact, by the time you start asking questions on Agric, the AI already recognizes you as an Agric person. It will even help you to create vision, mission, everything according to whatever prompt you put in. So let us become more observant is what's happening. When you do personal data, industry data, it gives you an idea of, I have done my own now for 2025. So I know what is trending. I know where I want to go. I know the things I want to achieve. I have already set them so that I will not be left behind the curve. I want to be one of the leaders of my market. So that means I have to know what is happening in the industry. So let us take the time to do all these things. It's very, very important to observe before you jump into anything. Look at what is happening. Look at what is trending. So let us move on. How do we observe? Can you back up a little? How do we observe? Keep your eyes on new industry trends. Okay, I've said that. Observe competitors to locate, the gaps and all that. So let's move on. So the next one I want to talk about is agility. The ability to think more quickly is about constant reinvention of your business and yourself. Ability to respond swiftly to pivoting your business model and operations. Ability to know when change is needed. Taking advantage of opportunities available to solve problems. Ability to commit to responding to your clients and customers that you need to do it swiftly. Be aware that customer taste bud changes often. When we have customers that we are, supplying to or doing one or two things for, that we exchange value for money and all that, we have to be aware that it's not going to be like that forever. Change is a constant thing. So what are you doing in your business to make sure that you are evolving on daily basis? You are evolving on daily basis. What is the customer? Because the customer can go in this direction today, and then tomorrow they are going that direction. So how fast can you meet customer demands? That is what makes your business to thrive. In stormy season, how can you, when I told you during COVID, when I saw that people are not going for parties, so there is no Ashwebi, there is no this, I had to think outside the box quickly. What are they demanding for? What is the customer asking for? And this is what is the demand. I quickly shifted. I've not done it before. I quickly shifted into that, learned how to do it, started producing, and the rest was history. So please, let us not be, stuck. Let us be agile. You have to, that is an entrepreneurial skill that you must have. You must be agile. You must be able to think quickly about constantly reinventing yourself, ability to responsibly. You must be able to responsibly to what is happening in your market, in your industry, so that you will be one of the leaders that are leading the your industry. It's very, very important that you do that. So let's move on. And a little part of it I've spoken about also is digital transformation, which I've spoken a lot about already, about how technology is changing everything. So like this, we are talking about technology, and some of us are older, we will not be able to, but we have younger ones around us. I have a social media person that takes out my social media. I don't have to be the one to do that. I have a PA that does my graphics, that does my, so surround yourself with people. I have the area where I'm strong. They have the area where they're strong. So in my own weaknesses, they bring their strength to the table. So that's why when you are employing people, bringing people on board, make sure that they are, supplying what you don't have, not somebody that has the same thing that you can also do. Somebody that can do what you don't have the time to do, or can do what you cannot even do. Bring them on board to complement what you are doing so that it helps. So this digital transformation, nobody can escape it, because the whole world is now a global village and we are connected through technology. So digitize your business. Let's try and move from manual to digital. It's very important. If whatever it we are doing, if let's go online and check what other people are doing, how they are digitalizing their business. Okay, so technology is advancing at the speed of light. Automate your processes to increase operational efficiency. Use it to blaze the trail and send trends instead of following the footsteps of competitors. Leverage on technology to develop new products. Find clients. I'm telling you, there are clients for what you're doing everywhere. On LinkedIn, you'll be surprised. I've gotten people that have given me jobs that I've never met till today. I do the job, I send it, I courier it to them. I've enjoyed myself. On LinkedIn, that's my best place. I've got somebody that said, a white guy that just read my profile and said, let us author a book together. Things are happening, I'm telling you. Everybody knows this guy that is playing chess. What is his name now? What's his name now? That guy that is now a global figure that plays uses chess to change the life of homeless children, take them off the street and everything. Onokoya, Tunde, I think his name is Tunde Onokoya.
Tunde Onokoya.
He uses chess. See where chess has taken that guy. He's not a global, just chess. So chess that some people play as hobby in their homes and everything. But he took it as a tool to change the life of young children, and he has become a global person. So on LinkedIn, that's where I knew him, and everybody started following him and all that. So you can actually project what you are doing through technology. Let people see, because people only buy from people they see. If you are not, you might even be good than the person that is shouting in the market that come and buy. But if you're not talking, nobody is seeing what you're selling. Nobody knows you are doing any farm anywhere. Nobody knows you have a product anywhere. How do I buy from you? It's that you're winking in the dark. I can't see your eyes. I don't even know you're winking. But when there's light, you are everywhere. You have an Instagram page, your Facebook page is moving, you're on LinkedIn, you are networking with agri people, you are in different associations. That is how to build a business. You network extensively. I'm still going to get that. Network, because networking is life. Because if you don't, what you need is in the next person. I'm telling you, I won a grant of 10 million this year, 10 million, not naira, dollar this year, because of networking. And it's through the digital platform where I met the people. They don't know me before. They are white people. I just followed their page, saw that they used to give grants to fashion people, and I started engaging them. And they started asking me, do you have this? I was able to, all the things I've been telling you since morning. They were asking me your records, your this, your documentation, your that, send it to us, email to us. And I was doing all that. Within 3 months, everything clicked. And they disbursed the money. They gave me the money. I collected this for the project I wanted to do. And I'm on the project now. And I'm trusting that when I do this well, other ones will follow. So people say there's no money. There's money out there, both globally and locally. There's money. But if we don't do the right things, you are not positioned correctly. You just find out that some people, you'll be wondering how some people are doing it. How do people accessing money? But they're accessing money because they're doing the right things. And everything I'm telling you today is what they are doing. If you do it in 2025, you will come and write me later after this. Thank you, Dr. Smith, for sharing this with me. And this is the result, because I have seen this severally. It works. So leverage on the power of your network. Leverage the power of your network and collaborate with people. You cannot grow bigger than your network. That is a fact. Your network is your net worth. Everybody says it like not a cliche. That's it. Your network is your net worth. When you are with people that you follow people that know road, you will get to where you're going. But when you're on your own, you're just struggling on your own. You won't go for webinars. You won't attend any seminar. You won't travel. I traveled to Lagos I live in Ibadan. Traveled to Lagos for seminars, webinars. I think 3 days I've stayed there, learning, coming back, and I say, okay, when I come back, what can we adjust in our business? Let's adjust this one. Let's do this. Let's do that. When we do that, we just see that everything, become easy. So people are shouting that Nigeria is hard. Me, this year, I don't know how hard. It's not hard. I don't know how. But me, I know it's not hard because I'm doing the right things. Because I've always I'm the one that provides my own generator. I'm the one that provides my own water. Government is not doing much for me. So I have to create things on my own to make sure that I'm comfortable and use all the strategy I know to make sure that I get good sales and create products that brings value for people. Because if you are bringing food to the table and you are creating value for people, they will buy it. You will make your money. Is it export that we want to talk about? People in diaspora, they like everything local that we are hitting there because they are always feeling that they are missing home. So if it's export that you want to package, I know a lady that packages kuli to that's what she does. I know the people that do what do you call it, black soap. I know those who do different things and they are making their dollars from it. So if they are this year alone, I can calculate the jobs I've gotten this year. I've been outside the country. Everybody abroad that wants to wear Ashwebi, they want to wear local things, they want to wear this. They are the ones who have been making clothes for since January. And the year is ending on a good note because I've collected, I charge them, they don't worry, as long as the thing is okay. So if you are packaging food, what is it you want to do? Or maybe you are still on family and you're thinking of packaging food stuff and all that. Step into it next year, plan for it. Then get somebody that can also hold your hand, someone that has done it before and was in the past that can show you that this is how to go. So reinvent your products and your services. We have left networking and we're going to products. So reinvent your products and services. Bring only top-notch products into the market. Receive the urge to copy because that's what we always do. Somebody is doing something, me too, I want to do it. You can do it, but do it in a different way and better way. So give attention to details. Your power and your uniqueness is in your product differentiation. If everybody is doing the same thing, we're all packaging, you will just be lost in the crowd. But you have to sit down and think. That's why I told you thinking is different. So what is it I'm going to do that will make me different from other people? I told you a story of someone that said, okay, me too, everybody is planting, but me is cutting, I want to plant. That's already creating a blue ocean for yourself. It's not everybody that plants cutting. It's not like a maze that everybody's planting. So it's like already carving a niche for yourself. So in the industry that you're in, carve a niche. Think of what you can do to make yourself unique. Yeah. So let's move on. We are almost rounding up. So have a unique selling point. I've said that before. Find the customer and know what they need, what they want, what they desire, so that you can bring that value to the table. So most time people go and produce, then they are looking for customer. So I'm teaching you today that you have to look for the customer, do your research. What are they asking for? What is the demand in the agri market? Look at all the areas that you know that are good spotlights. Choose the one that you want to choose and now bring value to the table for that one. Don't go and say, okay, I want to go and be packaging this, and then you package it and there's no customer to buy. Do research first. When you research and you see this is what they are demanding for, then you bring it to the market in a very good way, even better than your customer, better packaging, better this, better that. You will find that you will sell it, you will sell that product. But if you don't do your research and you just go and see somebody is packaging water, you used to package water, packaging, you just find out that you have a lot of products on your hands, not sold, and no demand, and then we complain that the year was bad, things were not good, because we did not do the right thing, follow the right process. So always research. Research is a constant thing, it's a continuous thing. Process is not something you do one day and stop. It's a constant, because the market is constantly changing rapidly. Demands are changing rapidly. People are asking for new things rapidly. So you also have to be at the cutting edge of your industry, knowing what is trending, what people are asking, what are demanding, research, how many people, all that. Then you know which direction to go, which stage do you want to supply, where do you want to play. Choose your if it's southwest, you want to do north, you want to, just choose and let based on your research. So let's move on. So recruiting the right team, I've said it. People make things happen. All these things you have said, when your team is not right, you are going to struggle a lot, because I see a lot of people might even be doing everything I'm saying, but the team that is working with them is not right. So recruitment is a big deal. People you are going to put into your business, you must scrutinize them, make sure they don't let them bring CV that is just on paper that they cannot perform. Those are the issues we're having. When we put the round peg in the right hole, we find out that everything about our business runs, because you are your business the visionaire. You have to move around, you have to look for business, you have to do this. So that means in your own front, managers must be there, people must be on it, or else if you just want to be the one to go and be exporting, coming back to plant, you're not going to achieve much. But you have to be able to go out and look for the jobs, business, make connections, network and all that, but get good people that will be willing to do the work on your behalf to make sure everything runs. People make things happen. Hire the right people, they can make or mar the business. Make sure you get the right people. Then use your brand to impact your community. This one, there's no other way to go around it, because everybody now, they will ask you, what is the social impact of your business? If you're running a business and you're not impacted, maybe I mentioned somebody now that using chess to change the life of people, and that was what brought him to the limelight globally. So what is it they are doing? You are doing your business, that apart from making money, business is not just about making money, it's also about impacting your community, your immediate community. They must know you exist in that community. If it's water you are giving them, let them know. If it's people that are less privileged, that you are training, you are doing something to bring change. What we are doing right now is this organization that we are under right now, taking this webinar, that this is their own social impact, but they are giving, I'm sure there's no payment for this webinar. So they are doing their own social impact by enlightening people, helping them to understand how to run their businesses better. They can decide to face what they are doing and not do that, but they are taking it up as their own part of social impact to bring enlightenment. So what is it that your business is going to be doing? You have to keep solving problems to stay relevant. Unfortunately, that's just the truth. If you cannot solve problems, you cannot be relevant. So I've told you, within the problems you have, that is where money is, that is where solutions is, and that is how you can be relevant. If you are not solving any problem, you cannot be relevant. So it's when you are solving a problem that you remain relevant in your industry and your market. So what problem is your business solving economically? What is your business solving socially or environmentally? You can use this to drive visibility. I'm telling you, I train women. My focus is on women. I try to empower women anyhow, financially, digitally, everything, so that they can know how to use technology to grow their businesses. And that's what I'm running with. Everything I do, everybody knows me that I'm passionate about, growing women. So this has become a social impact for me, and it has given me visibility. So choose something that you're going to do. Use your agribusiness to do that will change Nigeria, change where you are located, change your area, change your immediate environment. They know that somebody is doing agric in this piece and something is different. Okay, so very, very important. So use your brand to impact your community. So the question is, what problem are you solving? And when you do it, when you solve it, it will drive visibility. So this is where we are coming to the end of our webinar today. So running a thriving business is hard work, which requires a lot of resilience, intentionality, and full dose of passion. But don't forget, passion is not enough. Provide quality products and services. Listen to your customers for feedbacks. Failure, and I want to say, failure is part of the journey. So do not be afraid to fail. I have failed several times. Failure is just telling us how we shouldn't do it next time. I've learned it. Okay, when I want to do it again, I'm not going to do it that way. I've shut a business down that I've run for 3 years because I know it wasn't doing well. I had to shut it down. I held on to it for a very while. I spent over 10 million naira on this that I cannot. Eventually, I let go of it because I knew it wasn't working. And I reinvented the business, created a new model for the business, and it started thriving. So don't be afraid to fail. It's part of the learning process. Okay, so use it as a stepping stone to the next level. And I want to also urge us, let us make good use of everything we've had here this morning. I'm telling you the truth. This is all I have done all my life, and I've seen a huge difference in my business. If you can just take a few part of it and say, okay, I like the areas where you have issues, and say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. It's like setting goals, and you find out that at the end of 2025, where you do a few of these things and you apply it to your business, you will complain less. You find out that there is ease on your journey, and you are able to get more productivity out of what you do. I hope the little I've shared this morning have inspired somebody to know that it's easy to do business in Nigeria. I know everybody say it's not easy, but I'm telling you, yeah, you do the right things, you can always, it's not that it's not tough, but we get by. God helps us. So I coach, I also help businesses. I'll be willing to anybody that needs any counsel, any, I do have coaching trainings and all that. If you're interested, please do reach out to me. I'll definitely be okay. Thank you so much for having me. I hope this morning I've been able to inspire somebody. And thank you to the organization for giving me this opportunity to share. God bless you.
Wow, what do we say? What do we say? Thank you so much, ma. Please share emojis in the chat box. Show a lot of love. I want to believe. I already started seeing our comments, our feedback that, oh, we enjoyed the session. This has been worthwhile for all of us. Thank you so
Wonderful,
much
very wonderful.
for the session. I mean, no. This has been a master class. Do we agree? Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, please still stay on the call. If you have questions, okay, I already see Professor Meludo's hand. So if you have questions, please raise up your hand. Prof Ma, over to you.
A great communicator. A good morning, our dear President, and all the members and non-members here. This is an opportunity for you to become a member because you can see for yourself that there is more to learn from this platform. Yes, straight to our dear lady, Dr. Smith. Yes, that was a very insightful lecture. You know, it's like, let's keep on. I will have left by 11 because I supposed to be in another program. But then she kept me listening. That was great. One aspect that really thrilled me and made impact in me that I feel that we should be focusing on all the time is that learning doesn't cease. You know, gaining experiences doesn't cease until one is no more. You know, gaining experiences doesn't cease until one is no more. You know, there is no place you will go that you will not get one thing to learn from. And so I want to encourage us, you know, with that we should continue to make ourselves available to learn more. You know, I'm also a business person, well, small scale, you know, just starting, but there are a lot of things she has listed out, you know, that I'm going to go back to work on. There are several of them because we take so many things for granted. You know, the issue of recording, you say, oh, this is my business, and then you can take money anyhow, you know. And so I'm very grateful for this. I thank her for her presentation, well presented, and then also thank the president for organizing this, and KCO in general for making this a reality. Thank you very much. Organic is life.
Organic is life. Thank you so much, Prof. Ma. So let me share a bit of background story. Sometimes last month, somebody I was so a story. I don't want to give us the full gist, but this was the story. This particular lady was saying, oh, she's into the agri space, but she's an off taker. So she gets from farmers and then she sells to retailers. And she was sharing how she needed 500,000 for her business. And there was someone that had 2 million naira. Okay, I'll take the question. We'll take questions. Someone had 2 million naira, and then I was the in-between person, right? So then we now start asking her, do you have a business account? If you need 500,000, because it's not just about people giving you money, it's about getting the money back. Okay, how much interest are we going to get? What's the interest? What's this? What's that? Long story, she needed 500,000. But by the time this person had 2 million naira to give. By the time we're done with the questions here and there, they eventually gave her 200,000. And here's why she was giving 200,000. Because her business did not have a plan, it did not have a structure. So even though she had, I mean, she didn't even know her number. She was just saying, hey, if I sell, we're like, okay, what's your production cost? We now have to sit down with her. We're now telling her, okay, this is your production cost. This is how to factor it in. And then it occurred to me that the money you need is actually in the hands of somebody close to you. But because your business is not well structured, that person will just be looking at you like this, and the person will not give it to you. So we are, and that's why I'm so excited about this webinar, because I mean, you threw light into it. So we just want to encourage that going into the new year, let's ensure that we are building structure in our business. We are building structure. in our business. That's very important. Dr. Smith, there's a question. How do you choose those that can help your business? Dr. Smith, how do you choose those that can help your business?
Okay, thank you very much, Epsiba. So for choosing that, we need to. There are two sides to it. We have our internal workers that work with us, and that one has to do with recruitment. We could do recruitment through, maybe like HR organization that can help you to recruit people that they will have done the interview for them and all that, and then present them to you. Or if you have your own standards for recruitment, you could have an in-house HR person and you also bring them on board. And outlining what they need to know, what they need to be able to do. For instance, when I'm looking for somebody that works with me as a manager in my fashion house, I want somebody that would be able to, even though she wants to manage the fashion house, I will want somebody that has an experience about sewing, that knows how to cut, so that if they're doing something wrong, the person, though she's a manager, she doesn't cut, will be able to correct them and say, this is what I want you to do. This is wrong. This is not correct. So we have to be sure that the people we are recruiting have the right qualities that we need to be able to solve the problem. Nowadays people will just bring their CV and they are not actually, they can't perform some of the things they wrote there. You said they can do what they can do, but you not give them assignment to do. You now find out that they're not able to, do what the things they wrote on their CV. So we must test them. We must make sure that we do. But most importantly, what I do is I use an HR organization that will engage them, done interview for them, do all that. They now send to me. When they send to me, I now still do my own internal interview to be sure that they fit. So like I said, round peg in the round hole. Then the second part of it that can help our business is having a mentor. Mentors, people that have done things that we have done, that we are trying to do. So it helps us to have people that are doing that because they can hold our hands. Somebody that has been in Agric for some time and it's already maybe exporting and you want to export and you're somebody that wants to export, you have to hold somebody, show me the way, this is how, or somebody that wants to go into farming a particular type of crop or whatever, someone that has done it before, hold them, because everybody must have a mentor that will be able to show you the way that this is how to go. Then you will not make a lot of losses and a lot of failures because you have somebody that's gone through it and is showing you this is the path. So you need mentors, we need coaches, we need mentors that will help us to find the right path. Then we need people that will also help us to recruit correctly so that we have the right people on board that will do the things that we want done. Because I've been there before, I will employ people that they are not able to, at the end of the day, I'm the one doing my work, which is very stressful. So you have to be intentional at the point of recruitment to make sure that you are fixing the right peg in the right hole, not the one that they will come and they will be adding stress to what you're doing. So let's do that. Let's engage HR companies, let HR companies, and let us also do our own internal, findings, interviews, and all that to make sure they are getting the right people on board. And then make sure also that they have the character, because at times some will have the skill, they don't have the character. So when they do that, they can also be very, very frustrating. So the character is very important. Make sure the skill is there, the character is there, and also make sure that you are able to train people that are teachable, that are ready to learn. They might not know a lot of things, but they are ready, they're willing to learn, that you can quickly take them to trainings that they can handle things with, even when you're not there. Make sure that one is also done. Then you can now also make sure that you have people that advise. You have advisory board is important. These are people that can help our business. Every business you have an advisory board. It's people that you can put together, maybe a lawyer, an accountant, some people that are respectable in the society that can also help us to be able to, do our businesses better. So that's my only, I hope I answered the question. I hope that was what the person was asking for. I hope I did.
All right, ma. Thank you, ma. Dr. Smith, someone wants to know, what are the strong points to be noted under business plan? I will like you to also a bit of address how people that are in the academics too can also have a business plan or build portfolio as thought leaders in the agric space. It's actually a business that you can start as a researcher. So please, ma. All right, ma.
So to look out for business, the first thing under business plan is your vision and mission. That's the first thing. What are you, what do you see? Where do you want to take the business to? The mission is how you intend to achieve that vision. So you will explain that's what should be in the business. The first one is the vision, is going to tell us where you want to take the business to. Then the next one is your a mission, telling us how you intend to, achieve it, your goals. Those are then you also tell us your goals. What are the steps, the things that you want to capture under this business? Then it also captures your team. Who are the people that will be working with you? What are the people that will be helping you to achieve what you want to achieve? They're also going to tell us the model of the business. Maybe the sole proprietorship, maybe it's limited liability business that you're running, maybe it is a partnership you're running. It also captures that. It also captures your business model. What type of business model are you, putting up? Is it going to be maybe like it's going to be like a online stuff, or it's going to be a physical store, or you're going to tell us the type of model you're going to, the type of market you are tending to also capture. Are you trying to do export, global, or is it going to be local? All those things are you are going to tell the story of the business. So you are going to know the business model. And if somebody that's already running a business, you tell us what you have achieved to that point and where you want to go. So you tell us your projection. Maybe this is how much I've made. I made over the years. My business. I made 50 million, and I'm projecting 100 million. So it tells us your financial projection. Tell us what you have achieved and your financial projection. So those are the things. Then you tell us what you need in the business. What are the resources you need in the business? What you want to, maybe you need to buy machines. What are how much is going to cost you? So that maybe, because if people want to fund you, they want to know all these things. They want you to answer all these questions for them. While they're asking for your team, they want to make sure that they give you money. There are people that will actually assist you in spending it correctly, doing the right thing. You have an accountant, you have this, you have that in the business that will help you. You have a manager that does this, that does what do you call this? Manages the staff production, that manages the farm. All these things they want to know. So you have to capture everything in your business plan. Then you have to tell us the risks that is, your business could experience if the business does not work well. Maybe it's theft, it's fire, it's this. You tell them, and you tell us how you want to mitigate it. How you're going to mitigate the risk. Tell us the measures you're going to put in place. Maybe you're going to have cameras. You're going to have what do you call it? Fire extinguishers. You're going to tell them how you intend to mitigate all the risks that you're going to face. So those are some of the things you capture in the most. I've highlighted mostly what is in a business plan. So, and if you need help in that area, we also have a team that writes. We can also help you to write what you can prove. Give us all the things we need. We can assist. But I always advise that people write their own business plan, the word part. If you can't do the financials, people that are very good accountants can help with the financial. But the word part, because you're the one that owns the vision, you must be able to write your mission and mission and tell us who the teams are. All these things you have to provide it. But I can teach people how to come up with their vision and mission. That's what I do in my coaching. How to come up with your vision, mission for your business, and that's what I teach. How to put structure in place and all that. That's what I teach in my own coaching. So I can help you with all that part. Then we can now look for, because there are professionals that actually write. They can now give all those things that you have put together to them. You now put it in proper perspective and also put the financials. So that would be my advice to whoever is writing. So I think that's all. A business plan you capture, that's all you capture. You just tell us a story. The first page is always telling us about the story of the business, how you started it, where we situated, whether it's registered with CAC or not, and tell us a little bit about the business, how much you have made so far, and all that. So that's the executive summary that comes to that. Then the rest of things I mentioned also goes into the business plan. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, Ma, thank you. My one final question. How do you calculate your profits?
Okay. What comes into the business? That's income, expenditure. Then you call your remove taxes. You remove your taxes, or everything you spend, you remove all the your taxes, your salaries, your resources, everything you spend on your overhead, light bills, blah, all those things will be removed. When all those things are removed, whatever is remaining is your profit. But usually accountants are the best people to do that. So that's why, whether you might not even have an in-house accountant. I don't have one, but I have one that comes in as what do you call them? It's not a full-time staff. So it comes in. We have both digital and manual. I do both, so that if digital crashes, we still have manuals to be able to. So we do both. I have an accountant clerk that does all the every day we spend is recorded on daily basis. We do petty cash, whatever is spent, we buy things, everything is recorded on daily basis. We have somebody that does all the bank books, all our bank books, whatever we withdraw, we put in, we take out, we record everything. So an accountant comes in at the end of the month to do all the auditing and all that, to be able to tell us whether we've done well, whether we've not done well, whether we are green, whether we're red, we do that. So everything is removed. All the expenses, expenditure, salaries, buy resources, raw materials, everything is removed. Our taxes paid, light, everything is removed. Then we do that. Then whatever is left is what we show us whether we are profitable. But usually I would advise, if you're not an accountant, engage the service of an accountant to do that. It doesn't have to be an in-house. If you are buoyant enough to take an in-house person, all good. I have an account clerk that does that, but I don't have a major accountant. We have a deal, we pay them on monthly basis. They come in as an organization, accounting organization, to do our accounts and give us a report monthly basis that this is how much you people made, and this is after removing all your expenditure, this is what is left. So we take it on monthly basis. Whether by cooking or selling more products. So we know, okay, after we done, it's not that customer did not come this month, it is that we did not sell enough products. So the question for the next month will be, how can we sell more? So that's, I hope that answers your question, sir.
All right, Ma, thank you so much. I would invite Mr. Said to talk to us for about 2 minutes.
All right, thank you so much, Esteban. I'd like to appreciate Dr. Smith for the information and also coaching session. That's what I would call it, because we've been able to, for some of us, realign our thoughts and our mindset with this conversation. Thank you so much, Ma. I'd like to also thank the KCOA team for bringing this opportunity to the platform for people to learn. There are key things that I was able to pick from our conversations that is related to the association. She mentioned, having visibility. She mentioned networking. Also mentioned value proposition, and the most important for me was digital transformation. We cannot escape that. That is something that is already happening, and we must align with it. So at the association level, there are some things that are currently being done in the area of that digital transformation that will ease the process of becoming a member. We also create value for members that are within the organization. That's currently ongoing. It's so that we can serve our members effectively, and again, more importantly, create a food system that is sustainable, food system that is also, valuable. Let me use that word. So, as an alternative to GMOs or foods that are not very healthy for consumption, the association is putting every arsenal that it has to ensure that there are alternatives that people can look forward to. I haven't mentioned that I lead the state chapter of NOAN. That's the Lagos State chapter of NOAN, and come April of next year, that's 2024, the state chapter is hosting the annual general meeting of the association. We'll have people coming from within the country and also outside of the country. This is an opportunity for Lagos people and generally as the association to showcase what they have in store in terms of providing alternatives, providing solutions for creating a very resilient food system. So I invite you all, just follow the page, follow the social media pages for information on how that is going. So just looking forward to having all of you participate one way or another in bringing this to fruition. That's the information that I just want to quickly pass. You can go to noanigeria.net. You'll see information on how you can join the association seamlessly, and also information about the themes or thematic areas that the association also covers in delivering this value proposition, this differentiator that Dr. Smith has talked about. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, sir. So I'll invite our country coordinator. Doctor, over to you, sir.
Yeah. Dr. Smith, Dr. Smith, Dr. Smith. Before you ended, I could not stop clapping. I was unable to stop clapping because you have given us overdose of what we need to prepare ourselves for the new year. And as a reminder, we do this every month, and that of January, we are still thinking about it. Hepzibah is thinking about it too. If you have any idea of what you think should happen to pick us up in the new year, you can reach out to Hepzibah, you can reach out to me, you can just reach out to us so that we'll start the year properly. I thank everybody for attending. Said have already spoken about our annual general meeting. And that annual general meeting has many components. It has a trade exhibition. It has a technical workshop where new things about research in organic agriculture are shared. So we invite you, but most importantly, we invite you to become members of this association because it covers everyone, including consumers. As a matter of fact, I'm inviting Dr. Smith to join us so that as she talks, she can talk more about agriculture because it is important that as you are going into new dimension, you go into dimension of organic clothing. You know, as we transgress this ecosystem, we notice that organic is everywhere, including clothing, including everything, footwear. So we're inviting you. We organize regular awareness. So come and understand fully about organic agriculture so that you become an advocate too, because we must eat healthy, live healthy, and achieve the length of years we are supposed to spend on earth based on our ability. So I thank everyone for participating. I'm grateful to the members of the BOT that participated, members of the governing board that participated, leaders in every state chapter, even those that are not members, as Sahid have said, please feel free to go to our website, study what we are doing. Most importantly, I emphasize that you must be convinced about what we are doing before joining us, because when you join us, we expect you to come with added value in everything we are doing. Again, I thank Dr. Smith for bringing us this wealth of knowledge, and we cannot ask for more. And we know that if you invite you another time, you'll be willing to come and share more of your experience with us. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody, as we look forward to the new year, to the end of the week, and we look forward to the Christmas. We may not have another webinar before Christmas, so I wish you Merry Christmas and Happy New Year as we move on. Thank you very much and have a great day.
Sir, please let's turn on our videos because we need to also take pictures. Let's turn on our videos and we'll probably dance. I hope that dance is going to be possible. Let's turn on our videos. And our videos turned on? Okay, thank you, Professor Rekore and Mr. Said. You're already helping me to respond to her. So our video's on. Let me be sure your video must be on because we want to give a big round of applause to ourselves. I think there's one already roll it. So I must see you do like this. Notice how we are going. We are rolling it. So we're going to be giving 3 rollings and appreciation. The first one will be to Dr. Smith. The next one will be to the association. And the last one will be to ourselves. I mean, you came for this webinar. Some people did not come. And so you are here. You must appreciate yourself. Okay, so are we ready? Let me see your hands going like this. So are you rolling it? Are you rolling it? Roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it. Jam it together and give it to Dr. Smith. Thank you so much, ma. Oh, yeah, the next one. Give it to Dr. Smith. The next one now is going to our association, plus our president, our noble president, Dr. Jude, yes, and all our BOT members, all our governing board, yes. So we roll. Let's roll. Are we rolling? Roll, roll, roll. Jam it together and give it to them. Thank you. Mr. Tola, I see you from Germany. Thank you for joining us. The last one is for yourself. I will not hype you to hype yourself. So roll it for yourself. With all the gas boss in Nigeria, you are still here. With everything in your business, you are still here. Standing strong. With with everything going around, they are still here and at this webinar. Roll it, jam it together and give it to yourself. This one is for yourself, myself. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you.
But
I was
kindly
doing
take a
it. I
picture
forgot to
if you
snap
can.
picture. Please let me just snap picture. Smile. Are we still smiling? All right, thank you so much. I would please also remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and be a part of all the amazing things going on. Thank you, Mrs. Kemi Oduno. Are you going for a party? I can see the gele. Even Mr. Tokwe self. Is he one? Maybe she invites me to party. I've been working since January. But really, thank you so. All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So we'll just wrap up with a music so you can
I'm there
dance.
too.
You
This
see
kind
me? Okay, I see you too.